So, I'm Cole, and I'm a musician. I don't read music. I only go by tablature, and I go by ear. Pretty much kind of what John Lennon did. So, what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start recording the chords for my own record to store for certain songs. Because sometimes I go back and I listen to my songs on SoundCloud and I have to kind of go in my memory to remember the positioning of the chords. And it was interesting because I've seen a documentary on Elliott Smith, and God bless, he's passed away a long time ago, but he did the same thing. He went by spatial, meaning he saw the music as physical action. So it was spatial for him, which is how I see it. I don't see it, or I don't it's not something I hear. It's something that's spatial. It's about the movement of the fingers and where they are in the chords. So this one is my song, Which is Which, which starts with an introduction, which is kind of like a solo. So it starts kind of in a solo. It's an organized solo, so it's not all over the place, but it is a solo, so it does start in a solo. And then there's lyrics, which is called Which is Which, and then Which is Which, shut up old lady, you old glitch. So the which is spelled differently. It starts which, like which is which way, which is which. And then which, W-I-T-C-H, is which, like a witch is a witch. And it's kind of about a witch in a forest that's it's kind of also based on a short story or a short film that I want to add to an anthology called Banished or Perish, which is about a witch in a forest, but it's also about these filmmakers because it's kind of done Brechtian. It's breaking the fourth wall, and it's talking about these filmmakers. So all my music is for my films. So all the music I write is original music for the films that I make. So Which is Which starts with and then it goes into bass, which is, and that's when the lyrics come in. So you can see here that this is the third starting here is the third down. It starts on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it starts 7 down here. That's 7 if you look at the whole guitar here. So we're on the seventh fret. So this would be the 9th here, leaving this string open. So dun 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 dun. So we're hitting these 3. So dun 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 dun. Like Jethro Tull kind of sounding. It's not sounding like Elliott Smith. It's more 70s kind of rock or in that era, even though we're in almost 2020. But it's not completely Jethro Tull either. It's modern day. It's right now. So we're going. So when we go into the bass, we can say, which is which. It's only spoken, which is which. Shut up, old lady, you old glitch. So also another thing too, right here, you're hitting this one open. You can actually hit this one open before you get to this part. So there's an extra sound. You hear that? It's very subtle, but it's, hear it? Dun 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 dun. That little is important. So it goes here. But you don't hear it really in the song, but it's there. See, I cut it off there. I can only do it whenever I'm playing it in action. So it's going dun 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 dun. So there. So it's only hitting these two, and it's hitting this one open. See, it's not cutting it there. Okay, so that's the beginning part. So that's a solo and the which is which, shut up old lady, you'll glitch. So shut up you old lady, you'll glitch. Then we're getting into basically the chorus. And this is kind of getting more, kind of a little bit like Elliott Smith, a little bit, because I do take from him a little bit, even though he did pass away, I think like early 2000 or whatever, because I listened to a lot of his music. But I think it's just more of kind of how he flows into a song, and he stays into it. He uses a lot of open chords, and he just, especially like in Son of Sam, and he does many versions of Son of Sam. But it's very simple in the fact it's going to go. With this one, and you know this chord. That's also a rock and roll chord. I believe that's C. And I use this in a lot of music, and that goes into C. And this one is the 3 here. And then we've got the melody or the lyrics going. I know you're in the forest. And it's important also, and I was listening to Elliott Smith too, is that he does a lot of trailing at the end of his lyrics, where he'll hit one note and go into another note. Like, right? Right? You're going in from a lower, like instead of saying, I know you're in the forest, I know you're in the forest. So, I know you're in the forest. Out there, a witch of the sorest, whispering my name, whispering my shame. Is it still the same as it was in the chorus? And I'm too, now, on I'm Too Old, and I'm too young. And I'm too tired, and I'm too wired, and I'm too fired up. So that's also separated too. So, and I'm too old, and I'm too young, and I'm too tired, and I'm too wired, and I'm too fired up. Inspired to conspire to require for this game. I can't see you here, can't stay here. Okay, and after stay here, I gotta touch the screen there. But it's all the same, my dear. You glitch when you near. You're the poorest I fear in the rainforest-like atmosphere. At least this year, sometime next year, just turn here and veer when you're near. Then we go back to the solo. And also look here too, because we're not using all the strings on the solo. We're only going bum, da, 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 bum, bum, da, bum, da. We're only hitting these two. Very easy to play. Okay, but the rhythm is tough, so you're gonna have to have practice to know the rhythm. But where it is, it's not, because the thing about Elliott was he was all over the guitar with all this stuff back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That's why he was the best, other than Hendrix. Probably Elliott Smith and Hendrix were the two best guitar players that we ever had in this nation. For sure, without a doubt. I would probably say that Elliott Smith could play some stuff that Hendrix could not play. I would say that. But this is actually simple, only the rhythm is tough. So you're going, because it's tricky, it'll trick you. So we're gonna just go with it on this one, and I'm just gonna play the whole thing on it. Okay. Gotta beat the witch to play this song too, though. Which is which? Which is which? Shut up, you old lady. You old glitch. And I know you're in the forest, out there witch of the soloist. Yeah, you're whispering my name, you're whispering my shame. Is it still the same as it was in the chorus? Yeah, I'm too old, and I'm too young, and I'm too tired, and I'm too wired, too fired up, and too inspired, too hot wired, to conspire, to require for this game. Can't you see? Can't you stay here? But it's all the same, my dear. You glitch when you are near. You're the poorest I feel in this rainforest-like atmosphere. At least this year, sometime next year, just turn right here and veer when you're near. So now there is another solo part that leaves the picking. So we have the picking. There it is. Let that be there too. And then we go into. And then we go into. And that's when we get into Jethro Tull stuff. And right into. I can't see you here, I can't just stay here, but it's all the same, my dear. You glitch when you're near, you're the poorest I fear. It's this rainforest-like atmosphere. At least sometime this year, sometime next year, just turn here and veer when you're near. Then back into okay. So and then in the end, so he gets mad at the officer, right? Because the witch always uses the officer, right? They're going to use legality to get their way, right? Because the legality is the finalization of their magic, right? They can't get anything they want, at least the officer uses a sidearm, right? Because we don't depend on legality, we depend on Jesus, right? When we depend on legality, then we become like the Nazis, all right? What I mean by that is that when you start ordering people around by law, then you become a tyrant. You become the witch's friend, right? So he gets mad at the officer in the end. He says, which is which, snitch of snitch. So he says, which is which, snitch of snitch. So he calls the officer a snitch because he's a snitch for the big kingpin for the devil. And then he says, shut up, old lawman. Your sidearm may glitch because sometimes your sidearm doesn't work. And then he says, shoot straight, you bitch. He says, get a real job and stop being a bitch. He calls him a bitch twice. So he says, straight, you bitch. Get a real job and stop being a bitch. Okay, so that's basically the song, but what I wanted to say in a side note is that I think all police officers in this nation should be disarmed. I think they should only carry, basically like pepper spray, and they should be able to carry stun guns, but I don't think they should be able to carry lethal weapons. Now, SWAT can, for special circumstances, like things that's happened in Dallas whenever those police officers were relieved of their duty by the sniper. But I don't think police officers should be able to carry a sidearm, because I think we've been abusing them, and I think police officers are more like gangsters. I think that the person that has the sidearm is the criminal. So if you have two people with a sidearm, you have two criminals. If you have one person with a sidearm, then you have one criminal and then one person that's not a criminal. The one with the sidearm is a criminal. It doesn't matter about the badge. So the one with the sidearm is the criminal. It doesn't matter. The badge doesn't matter. But anyway, so this song's about a witch, and then a witch using a police officer to get her way so that she can break up a family. It's called Witch is Witch because it's about confusion. Anyway, I'm going to be posting this for the actual song. This is my weapon. This kills fascist, okay? This is the guitar. It'll kill fascist, okay? Because it's music that can kill fascist. Woody Guthrie actually said that. Remember, kill them with your words, kill them with the pen, kill them with the guitar and the music. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. This is not a sword. This is a fascist killer, okay? So it's just music. They can't do anything. It's perfectly legal. Music is perfectly legal. It's creative, and it's using the word, and it's using music, and that will beat them. The song will win. The song will win. The gun will not. You live by the sword, you will die by that sword.